Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 already, wow, of our Zvezda series. For some reason, I've forgotten the title. I wanted to say Road to Glory, but that was our series in 2015. Now, there's quite a bit that's happened since the last episode. We've played quite a number of games, and we have a live comm coming up at the end of this one against Southampton in the Euro Cup third qualifying round, second leg. The match we'll start off with today is going to be the match versus Budućnost Podgorica, match in which we played okay, but only managed to draw one. We played very well, actually. We blew them out of the water with our opportunities created, but we just weren't able to get the 3 points on the night. So we start the night with Indian Nikolic's goal from a penalty in the 16th minute. Nikolic scores to make it 1-0 for Budućnost Podgorica here, and at this point it's not looking too good for us here. You gotta keep in mind this is the Euro Cup second qualifying round, the first leg, and at home we drew 1-1 against Budućnost Podgorica, who are significantly weaker than us in terms of stature, in terms of players, in terms of everything they have available to them versus to what we have available to us. And here's the tying goal, scored by Hugo Vieira. Nice little layoff pass there from Katai, and that ties the game at 1-1. Disappointing result, no doubt, but still with everything to play for in a second leg, no doubt. So the next match I take you to will be versus Fudbalski Klub Rad, who currently sit in the very last place on the table with a single point to their credit. The goal came via Slavoljub Srnic, and it was scored in 77th minute. A lot later than what I would have liked. Here's a nice play by Perkovic to find Srnic right on the inside of the box, who roofs it into the net. 1-0 Crvena Zvezda. Final result. The next match is the rematch against Budućnost Podgorica away from home, and we win comfortably here 3-0. Now, what's worthy to note within this match, if I'm not mistaken, no, it wasn't this match, it was the Southampton match which is coming up, but we changed our tactics fairly soon, and I will outline that in a moment. Now, the tactic that I used I've actually removed since, I believe, but we'll take a look at the tactic setup shortly as well. Now, Budućnost Podgorica didn't really put up a fight here, despite the fact that they were playing at home. The first goal came from Lucho. Absolutely immaculately taken free kick, and that is 1-0 for Crvena Zvezda. 2-0 Slavoljub Srnic. Nice little run to break free of his marker there and get past the goalkeeper. 2-0. And the third goal came from Hugo Vieira. Here's Donald. Petkovic, Vieira heads it into the net, 3-0. So we moved on to the next round in the competition, and we'll meet a very tough opponent in Southampton, against whom we'll see a live comm fairly soon. Next match against Javor Ivanica at home. Srđan Plavšić scores on a nice pass from Katai over here to make it 1-0 in the 27th minute. Then Georgia Crnomarkovic has a very, very, very unfortunate thing happen to him right here. Knežević attempts to kick the ball out, but it rebounds off his defender Crnomarkovic, who scores an own goal in the 67th, 2-0 Crvena Zvezda, and first goal for our new signing via Čelik Zenica, Marin Popovic. And I do have a little bit of a story behind the player there. The photo is not normally available within the Bosnian League database that you download, but I personally know the player and I've seen him play in a handful of games over this past summer, so he's got potential, and within the current setup that we're running, he definitely meets the criteria for a decent central midfielder, and he still has room to grow. Again, introduction to Marin Popovic, who joined us from Čelik Zenica for 230,000 American dollars, which is a currency I'm used to playing in for those of you who have never watched any of my content before, just so you know here. And on the outgoing, we had Uroš Filipovic and Lazar Romanic on loan. Not much movement has happened there. Now, for those of you curious about contracts and everything else, I am not in charge. The director is in charge of absolutely everything except for training and incoming and outgoing, no, just outgoing player transfers. I had a save already in the World League database, custom downloaded, completely off topic here, but I had a save there where our captain Alexander Lukovic got sold for a minuscule fee, 62,000, by the man who's currently the director of football for our club. So in that save, I hired somebody else immediately to overtake his position, and I didn't cancel that transfer, but that's a matter for another night, and possibly if that ever makes its way over onto YouTube. But there will be no reason for two saves featuring the same team, although in completely different leagues, now that the rant is over. Next match I take you into is our only loss to date since the season started, and that is at the hands of Southampton, away from home, and the only goal came from Sadio Mane, and here it is in the 18th minute. Cisse played it nicely over to him, and Mane finds the net. First goal of the season for him, and they're currently up 1-0. That was the final score. Now, a little bit surprising, I promised you I would show you what I did against Southampton, and yeah, no, this wasn't it, but this is our other tactic that we're getting used to. You've seen this one in the previous episode, actually. But what we have done, actually, we played more of a 4-2-3-1 system from what I can remember, so it looked a little bit like, let's just pick our 4-4-2 here, so 4-2-3. No, we did not play 4-2-3-1 actually. This is what we did against Southampton. I know, you're thinking this guy's insane, but I played 3 poachers up front. And Ganj, actually 2 trick with Tistas on the side and the shadow striker in the middle. And these guys return into attacking wingbacks. Again, I don't know why I'm going into so much detail for this, but I guess it's just to show you how we lined up against Southampton and how we managed to beat them. That was the base formation. There were a lot more other player instructions. In terms of how we lined up here, we played a lot deeper. There's a giant gap in the middle there. I'm very, very well aware of that. And pumped the ball into the box, passed into space, more expressive, roaming, overlap due to wing backs, and we actually played fairly wide with a higher tempo and shorter passing. No, actually, shorter passing. We always play shorter passing, and closing set to much more. So this is how we lined up against Southampton, and this is what helped us. But that is not how we're going to line up at home. Anyway, on to our next match. This is against Bachka Topola. So there's a goal from Alexander Kata in the 8th minute, put us up by 1. Nice cross there by Lucio. Didn't find his intended target properly, but Kata got on the end of that rebound, making it 1-0. Then Luka Jovic scores in 28th minute to make it 2-0. Then we have Idan Vered's goal. I didn't sequence these properly, it just occurred to me, so we'll do a proper rundown right after this goal. And Hugo Vieira in the 90th minute. Final score was 4-2. I didn't show you the opposition goals yet. That was a lucky bounce, and Hugo Vieira timed this tackle nicely there to get right to the ball and not to the player. Knocked the ball into the back of the net. Now here's a terrible mistake by our goalkeeper. Bachka Palanka was the team to go up first, as you can see, 20 seconds inside the match. And Kahraman bounced the ball right onto the head of Damir Cerkovic, who managed to find the net again 9 minutes later. That was 2-1 right there, I believe. So yeah, looking at it, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1. And that brings us to the match against Southampton for the rematch. Yes, I'm gonna save here because I haven't done so yet. We're getting straight into the live comm, and without any further ado, I would like to say, but it's not exactly the case right here. Now the lineup we're going to go with will be the standard lineup that's gotten the job done for us so far. Srđan Plavšić will come on for Kataj. Jovovic was promised more game time, but this is a hugely important match for us, and we need Kataj's experience to help us get through. Ristic and Grujic over here. Marin Popovic really should be starting in this match. So Ristic is going to come off. Not Panovic. What am I doing here? Where's Popovic? Here he is. And yes, he can definitely play as an advanced playmaker, which is perfect. I don't have very much trust in Maboj. So Zoran Rendulic will come on in his stead, with Jovanovic playing the other centre-back position there, Petkovic on the wing, and Lucho on the other wing-back, position. Okay, on to the match. So the starting lineup: Kahraman in net, Lucho and Petkovic as the wing-backs, Rendulic and Jovanovic in central defence, Popovic and Grujic in central midfield, Plavšić and Kata as inside forwards, and Srnić and Hugo Vieira as the attackers. For opposition, we have Stecklenburg in net, Martina and Cedric as the wing-backs, Kolker and Jose Fonte as the centre-backs. In the middle, we have Wanyama Klasi. On the wings, we have Mane and Rodriguez. Is this Dusan Tadic? Dusan Tadic is playing attacking midfielder or shadow striker or trequartista, depends on how they decide to deploy him. I would play him as, in this position, I would definitely play him as a trequartista. That would be my personal choice, and if they're sticking with that, then there is a way to combat that as well. And of course, Shane Long, the lone striker in their setup, will be spearheading their attack. Ivica Momcilovic will set the opposition instructions. I will talk to the team and we'll be on our way. So the match is underway, and Crvena Zvezda on the attack straight from the get-go. There's Petkovic. Katai breaks free down the wing, crosses it in. Oh, they could not capitalize on that. Shane Long, Mane. And there is foul on Lucho, by Lucho, sorry. "16 minutes in, not much has happened yet. There's a cross in. Cedric hoofs it out of danger. Grujic, Katai for Hugo Vieira inside the box. Bounces off the keeper. Juanmi was found offside here. And once again, Juanmi was found offside. Then Marko Petkovic was found offside. Some very interesting developments, but not many chances. One clear-cut chance for us, but we've generated more chances despite having less of the ball so far. Jose Fonte makes a mistake and Hugo Vieira makes it 1-0. 7th goal of the season for Vieira. And this equalizes things between us and Southampton. They won 1-0 at home, we're winning 1-0 right now. We just have to keep the scoreline or score more goals without conceding more than what we've managed to put into their net, which isn't the aim of the game, isn't it? 37th minute. It's still 1-0. It's a pretty drab match so far, but a lot of chances created by Crvena Zvezda. 2 clear-cut chances for the team. Srnić, Plavšić, back to Srnić. Oh, that is a red card. That is an offense worthy of a red card for sure. My God, he just lunged in directly for our player there, and poor Sinic on the receiving end of a bad tackle. But the good news for us is that Southampton is currently a man down. I'm very pleased with how they're playing, and I'm going to keep their spirits up by being as upbeat as possible and just telling them that they can do even better than what we have seen from them so far. Sinic, Popovic, Grujic, Petkovic. Oh. Here's a corner. Lucho did not deliver it into the box very well. Rendulic finds Lucho again. Another cross by Lucho. Pass into the box. Hugo Vieira with the second. That is 2-0. That is 2-1 on aggregate. We are winning at home. The fans are going insane. We have a chance to qualify for a Europa League spot. This is ridiculous. Hugo Vieira pushes us past Southampton. 2-0 at home. 54 minutes in. Lucho is going to have to come off due to his yellow card. I do not want to risk having him sent off. Katai, Popovic, Juric, Hugo Vieira. I'm sorry, Grujic, not Juric. Hugo Vieira with a hat-trick. That is 3-0. What a match. Especially for a live comm, this is exactly what I had hoped for. Crvena Zvezda 3, Southampton 0. Kolker over for Tildic. Ward-Prowse. Nice delivery for Juanmi, and he's finally not offside for once. Finishes, makes it 3-1. Let's take a look at that one more time. Pinpoint passing by Prowse there. And Juanmi did very well to track the ball inside the box and capitalize on the opportunity given to him by the brilliant cross created. That created a chance. Vukasin Jovanovic is also going to come off once again. You guessed it, due to the yellow card. And this time it's going to be Mbudge who's going to come on for him. No team talk needed. And the last substitution is surprisingly not going to involve Marko Grujic. I know, I take that back, he's tired and booked. It is going to involve him, and Donald will come on to replace him. I accidentally took out Marin Popovic. No talk needed once again. We're up by 2 goals. We should be able to comfortably see out this match. "4-1. Oh my God. Okay, don't tell me the game froze. Oh, good. Zoran Rendulic. I knew if I had faith in him, he would reward me. And he's done just that from a corner, making it 4-1 against Southampton and pushing us ever closer to that Europa League spot. Unbelievable. Martina. Nice tackle by Katai there. Martina breaks free again. Katai recovers again. Hugo Vieira. Nice pass there to Plavšić. Can't capitalize on the opportunity created. Srđan Plavšić. It remains for Crvena Zvezda 4. Southampton 1. Juanmi into the box. Kahneman does equally well to meet that shot. Score remains at 4-1. Mihailo Ristic has been booked. As you know, no more substitutions for us, so one final chance for Southampton to make something happen. Save their graces here, at least save their pride, but it wasn't meant to be, and we go away as the eventual winners and go through to the next round in this match. Okay, so with that, with 4 matches played in the league, I know I should have recapped this earlier before the Southampton match, but hey, too late now. With 4 matches played in the league, we stand with a perfect record. We've scored 12, conceded 3, and are looking forward to the next few matches we have to play, which will be against Sinjelic away from home, then a TV match against their affiliate and OFK Beograd. Then we are playing Love Cup second round first leg game against Bilećanin, and then we have the Euro Cup playoff coming up on the 20th of August. So my plan is to cover at least up to this game and then do this as a live comm for the next episode, and I will catch you then. And until then, thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave a couple of comments and I will get back to them as best as I can. See you in the next one.